look into.
Yeah. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and I'm here today with this fella here, Maff. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello. Hi. Had to be careful not to knock my microphone. It's kind of, can't really see it off screen, but it's kind of traversing the desk at a very odd angle. But I'm still trying to find the optimum position for it. So
Okay.
it's easily knocked at the moment.
I notice you don't suffer from plosives like what I do sometimes.
From what?
Plosives, like when you like that.
Okay. Oh yeah. So like, because people put like a wind cheater thing in front of their mic.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to say hippopotamus, go on.
Hippopotamus. Yeah. So it's. I think I'm not talking directly at it. I'm talking over. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But then you're not either. You're not sort of like that.
Oh, I'm not like that.
Things with the mic. No, exactly.
That would be the the awkward thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's where people go wrong, I think, with these things.
Oh dear. Anyway, excellent. For your information and your information as well, Maff. Maff did send me over the new version of Quadzilla over the weekend, which I've been testing out, and I know you're a bit worried about if all the alerts still work, and I can confirm it's all absolutely fine. Works great. So nice. I haven't published that yet. I basically thought there's too much going on today, so maybe I'll either do it later or do it on Tuesday when not a lot happens. But
yeah, sure. I mean, not to play it down or anything, but it is a fairly minor. It's just kind of like a point release, rather than like, hey, we've got these great new features and enhancements and things. It's more of a little bit of a tidy up and like. I mean, I think as you mentioned in one of your videos, that there was so one of the persons on Discord was Dan Sev, wasn't it? He's doing some stuff with like trying to hook up the indicator with sort of yeah, just like a trading bot, kind of go all algorithmic on us.
Okay.
And but for that, he kind of needed access to the sort of internal plot names that Quadzilla uses and things. So so I was kind of chatting to him about that, and yeah, just did a few updates around that. And to be honest, that's kind of the thing that you can get with Quadzilla. If you get Quadzilla for starters and join the Discord, and then just, you know, we're generally like very, very receptive to those sorts of requests and those sorts of conversations. Is great, you know, just eager to see that people are actually using it, benefiting from it in all sorts of different ways, you know, like with bots and so on. So yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where you can find the Discord at savewithcrypto.org/discord. When you get there, it's free to join. When you get there, if you just DM either me or Maff, just DM us and say, hi, I'm here. We will, you know, make sure you're properly in the Discord. It's just we do get a lot of you know, spam bots and stuff like that, so we you know, actually want to sift out the real people from that. I've got a few things to say, actually. Let me just talk about the Bitcoin thing first of all, because that's probably why some people have come here. But actually,
so, yeah.
But first of all, I've got to tell you a weird story, actually, because today is March the 16th, right? March the 16th is a weird day for me because it's actually 5 years today since my wife died, right? Now, weirdly enough, every March the 16th, something strange happens, you know. And I was thinking this morning, I thought, oh, maybe I should put something on Facebook or something like that and just sort of say, you know, remembering the misses from 5 years ago, sort of thing, something like that. And what I did at a funeral, I didn't trust the French to do it properly. So what I did was, rather than giving them some like images and some music and say, play that music and show these images, I knew they'd get it all wrong. So what I did was actually made some videos of basically, like, you know, that stills and the music, you know. So there was actually 5 different videos, and I was thinking it'd be quite nice just to put one of them up again, so, you know, people can watch it again, because it showed off her artwork and stuff like that, and, you know, it's quite nice. And the weird thing is, right, is before she died, she said, make sure at my funeral you play Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison, right? And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that, you know. And so that was one of the videos, was that, you know. So I was thinking, do I want to do that one? Anyway, so this morning I kind of like woke up, sort of took my daughter to college, sort of thing, and then I went to the gym, walked in the gym, first song playing, Brown Eyed Girl, Van Morrison.
That's bizarre.
It's a little bit spooky. And weirdly enough, little things like that happen every March the 16th. And yes, I you know, this afterlife thing, I don't know. Anyway, but I swear there's something odd going on with humanity, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean that without a doubt, like stuff that's kind of beyond our ken, well, who's ken, beyond our reckoning or whatever, you know, just for definite.
Yeah. I always have this thing about buildings as well, you know, kind of, you know, like sometimes when you walk into a house or a building and straight away it feels weird and you think, oh, something's happened here, and then usually you find out, you know, that something has happened there, strange, you know. And I always think, you know, maybe that's the way that, you know, people's like energy and aura sort of thing can get recorded in like bricks and stone, in a way that we don't know yet. And I was thinking, if you went back, like, you know, hundreds of years, and you showed some, I don't know, someone in like Henry VIII sort of like time, you showed him like a tape recorder, and you got this, right, this, you know, this tape can move past this tape head, and it makes people like talk. It can make it talk, you know. I mean, people would go like, that's rubbish, that you know, and you'd be beheaded, wouldn't you, sort of like, because like it's witchcraft, you know. And I actually think that people you know, people do record things in buildings and stuff like that. You know, their kind of feelings and stuff. You know. Anyway, but it was weird though. Sort of like, you know, brown-eyed girl came on. I just got like this instant like cold shiver up my spine. It was like, oh god, I didn't expect that to happen. You know, and
no, it's like it's I don't know the thing like with the known unknowns and unknown unknowns and so on. It's a bit of a it's actually a silly sort of corporate thing, or like, you know, on this project we need to be aware of what we know, what we don't know, what we know we don't know, and what we don't know that we don't know. So,
right.
but it's a bit so in other words, like we'll you know, we know there's certain things we don't specifically that we don't know about, and there's other things that we've no idea that we don't know because we don't know. But it's a bit like that in a way, I suppose. Like, so you're expecting something to happen on that day, but you don't know what it's going to be. So it's kind of a, you know, known unknown in a way.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk a little bit of crypto. So I'm looking at Bitcoin on the monthly chart, right, with no indicators whatsoever, not even the famous Quadzilla indicator.
What?
For a while, I've been talking about how it's quite useful to sort of, you know, mark on levels that have been significant in the past. You know, so for example, like, you know, this like green candle here. You can see that, yeah. This green candle here next to this red one there, that's probably quite a significant level. So I tend to put like a, you know, magenta-y sort of like horizontal ray there, you know, because that's where the kind of pivot of the price was, you know. In a similar way, you know, something like that one there, you know, it's another kind of bottom sort of thing there. And the other one was like the low from April last year, which was scarily close to my birthday, actually. But but anyway, so that was the April low from last year. So so go to something like the 1 hour time frame. You can see that last night, look how close. I mean, well, it went exactly to that level, didn't it? You know, at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
And before that, let's go back to the monthly.
It's a different sort of uncanniness that you see in the charts, isn't it? Because in the sense that there's definitely something kind of like, I mean, you know, there's liquidity. There's obviously orders, leveraged orders that have been opened at some level, and so the price is always going to want to return to that level at some point to gets its way there, because there's kind of like money to be hoovered up, you know, positions to be forced closed and so on. So so is it in the charts? It's a kind of uncanniness, but there's always, like, you know, that those particular levels that they come back again and again, don't they?
That they do indeed. Anyway, just before I do the thing, just want to remind everyone about this Bitunix offer we've got going on at the moment. So if you go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix, right, you can join this campaign. It's this one's really good for people who are trading, funnily enough, which is obviously why you join an exchange. There's 11 days left on here, and there's various rewards and stuff that you can win by achieving various trading volumes. It does still say a vacation in Dubai, but you don't have to go there if you don't want to. Now today, unfortunately, it's on my other computer. So, but the thingy guy, the affiliate guy from Bitunix, sent us a message. I think you were CC'd in that one as well yesterday.
Okay, I don't know if I saw that. I think I just missed it. So I'll be interested to see what.
Oh, okay.
What he said.
It'd be good if I can. Oh, actually, can I just? I can probably just cut and paste it from over here.
Or just read it out, you know, see what he says. What do the guys say?
It would be anyway. So basically, what he did, he sent me a list of the top 6 users using our affiliate link. Unfortunately, there was only actually 2 new ones. Unfortunately, but some of them are ones who were there already. But that's okay. And just to say that the one with the top trading volume was 2.186 million. Okay, so that
was that you?
It wasn't me. I was actually number 2, actually.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sure.
but so I'm not sure how much capital that person is trading with. I think I know it is actually. And I think it was about $3,000 actually.
Sure.
But so that means that, you know, so far he's going to win $100 and also a Quadzilla license for a year. So
yeah,
so
which is worth a lot more than $100.
It's worth a hell of a lot more than $100, and in just not even in money terms, in just like, you know, what it's worthness. But if you want to know who that is, it's 445332141 is the UID. The second one was me at 1.6 million, and then the one below that, third one is 197,000. So even the person in third place, 97. I mean, so far, all right, you're going to get $15, but you know, but you're on the way there, so that's good. Anyway, so he sent me a list of 6 people. One of them is me, and he said, you know, should we upgrade these people to VIP 7? To say thanks, and I was like, yes, okay, do that. So those people, if you've the lowest one was 116,000 trading volume. That's 422,483,167. I'm not sure who that is, but anyway, so if you've got more than 116,000 trading volume, you're going to get VIP 7 for a month as well, and you should have got that either last night or you get it today, which is really cool. Which means you pay very little in fees and you get extra little things here and there, and all that really. So do so 11 days still to go. I mean, I'm actually thinking the guy with the 2.1 million. I reckon he's going to get to 5, and if he gets to 5,
well on course, yeah.
So,
if he gets, get at 5, so $500. Okay,
5, he gets $500, and he gets VIP 7 for 3 months,
and keeps the Quadzilla license for
absolutely,
well.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Anyway, so that's really cool. It's done us out of an annual fee, but anyway, but well done, whoever you are. So that's what I was going to say there. So
neat. Yeah, should go through the comments very quickly?
Certainly.
Let's do that. So Lad Louis, hello, and good to see you here as well. Aussie, g'day folks, let's go. And good afternoon again. Hello. KB, afternoon. And Kaz, hello. Hi. The loudly voiced guy across from me in the shared office is back, and my ears hurt. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's just, I was going to say, don't suffer in silence. just shout louder. I need better headphones. These are noise cancelling, but they can't cope with this booming vocal cords. So yeah, people project, don't they? It's like they can't help themselves. Sort of, you know, afternoon, and just just like the walls are shaking. You know, so I know exactly what you mean there. So,
have your scaffolders gone, by the way?
Yeah. Finally, it's gone. So we now have a pretty house. Well, it's a pretty house anyway. I mean, it's pretty ugly, to be honest. It's just a brick townhouse, you know. But it's no longer sullied by the rusty scaffolding that was next door. So that's kind of good. And Aussie Bitcoin Weekly RSI is oversold for the 5th time in history. So we'll definitely have a look at that. So yeah, there could be good things afoot, I think, on the weekly there. And was that about this? Why was this bet that? Oh yeah, the okay, about who it might be on the trading volume, and wowzers indeed.
Yeah, I don't think it is teamwork, because he's a bit of a splitter, actually, as far as he
uses that other exchange, doesn't he? I believe.
Yeah, he uses like XC for some reason. But anyway, which is just before I hand over the microphone. No, that's not the right thing, is it, really? Before anyway, I'm just gonna pop on Quadzilla here, which is the indicator that we're talking about. I'm going to mention a lot more at any moment now, but I was actually talking the other day about this or surprise, the green 55 EMA and the yellow 21 EMA on the 12-hour time frame, and I was saying, it looks like they're going to cross bullish soonish, and they actually did on Sunday. Yeah, so that happened, and basically that doesn't happen that often. I mean, it did happen here in January, kind of just briefly there.
Yeah.
But in the past, it's been things like, that nice little pump up there, up to the all-time high, and just generally quite a good, that one there, for example, quite a good confirmation of a trend, actually. That's not saying it's up only from here, but certainly on the larger time frames, I think things are starting to look good. But I would love to know what you think anyway. So
sure, yeah, got a few things to mention
okay
on that score.
Okay, so I suppose it's about time to do actually, before I do anything, I just want to do this.
Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream.
Okay.
What was that mad sniffing or whatever you were doing then?
Oh yeah, I was literally sniffing.
Okay. I did that on the stream the other day, actually. There's one that started off where it was literally before the actual intro played. There was like me just doing like a massive sort of sniff. It sounded like I was, doing a line of Colombian marching powder or something,
Sounded like or was,
No, it's
you just can't get the legit Colombian stuff these days in this country. It's so difficult, isn't it?
It's like, yeah, like, I thought class A means class A. Anyway,
yeah,
let's do this. Right.
Well, okay. Oh, shall I share?
I shall
share. By the way, there's there's a lorry that's just parked just outside my upstairs, just outside my upstairs window.
That's good.
Why did lorries exist? I mean, they're only there to just like park and then have their diesel engine like humming incredibly loudly, and then they drive off again. That's all they ever seem to do. Actually, I'm just gonna. I don't know if that's even carrying across on the mic, but just close the window for now. I'll suffocate rather than go deaf. So yeah, essentially. So obviously what we saw just then, gyrating during that quick price TA intro, was of course Quadzilla. And you also can have Quadzilla in your life, in your trading life even. And I think probably most people who are watching at the moment probably already have it. But yeah, it gives you a trading edge, so well worth checking out. And it's probably a bit of a cliche in a way to say it prints money for you, because obviously you've still got to take the risk, do the trading, etc. But if you're using Quadzilla, then it kind of does in its own way. It prints money because it just gives you these very, very reliable trade entry and exit levels and all sorts of other things. There's multiple indicators in one, really. So do check it out. Okay, from the shilling then. Oh, one thing just very quickly. A couple more comments. So KV was saying 75.6k untested LG remains the draw on liquidity. It probably does, I think, as in the price wants to go to that level. I think it's probably quite likely. Kaz, Maff, I think perhaps it's time you moved to the country. Maybe city life isn't for you anymore. The thing is, yeah, I'm in the suburbs, and yeah, I'm on quite a nice kind of like managed estate with lots of trees and just shrubberies and things like that. But it's that aspect of it that makes it incredibly noisy, because there's always like petrol powered leaf blowers outside, or petrol powered like hedge trimmers and things, and it's just non-stop, or just diesel lorries. They're just anyway. I'll try not to whine too much. It's just the thing. I'd rather move to the inner city. It's probably a bit quieter. So yeah. So what are we looking at here? There was we could.
I was watching a video about a place in Cornwall. I think it's called Porth Morgan, or somewhere like that.
Sure.
It's what they sort of dub Hollywood on Sea, because like Kate Blanchett's building a house there, and Jason Momoa lives there, and they've all got like holiday homes there, and they're all like these kind of James Bond sort of like flat sort of multi-million
propped up on metal poles and
that kind of thing, but consequently these people, it's a YouTube channel called Cornish Walking Trails that I keep watching for some reason, and they were like walking around the village, and they were saying the problem is it's just continuous like drills, hammering, because like everywhere's being built at the moment. It's like not relaxing at all. It's just like a building site. And,
it's an ironic thing, isn't it? Because it's like the sign of a good affluent neighborhood is constantly just there's just like eardrum perforating noise all the time. So yeah, I'd rather just move to a slum. It'd be quieter, just a bit more relaxed. So people aren't as showy, yeah. I mean, I say that I don't think I'd really like it if I was in a slum. So yeah, basically, so I saw an article on, not that one, it's trading. Where did it go? An article. Oh, this one, yeah. Article on TradingView. So essentially in this, Peter Brandt, sort of legendary trader, sort of, what do they call him? Veteran trader. Okay, I guess, yeah. And he's talking about a trading book from 1934, so I guess very veteran. But this just caught my eye this morning, because he was saying like Bitcoin eyes mid 80,000s as Peter Brandt flags the horn pattern. And this is kind of, so I think essentially he tweeted something, so reckoning that maybe this could take us up to 85k. I mean, why not? So this pattern apparently, so that this is, let's zoom into that a bit. Bitcoin on the daily chart. Obviously, we've been doing this this ranging along there, and I think I'll show on the chart in a second, but it's still looking like a bearish kind of just continuation flag to the downside, essentially, unless we can break out really convincingly over the next week or so, which might well happen. So, and in fact, he's kind of looking at this and saying, yeah, we've got a bit of a banana going on, banana pattern, and it's breaking out and forming a horn, whatever that means. So, and
sorry, I'll stop sniggering in a minute.
yeah, exactly. Oh, your banana's forming a horn, mate. You want to watch for that. Yeah, so essentially, from that, it seems to think that the price could well go up to about 85k. Got to open the window. It's a tiny room that I'm in. It's at the top of an ugly townhouse. At least there's no scaffolding now. But when I close the window, I think I just run out of oxygen in the room very quickly. So I could open the door, I suppose. Lateral thinking. God damn! I just wanted to like shout swear words out of the windows. Very Victor Meldrew. Just bugger off, the lot of you.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. Anyway, so he reckons that, and it seems possible. So just keeping that in mind, we could, if we also actually have a look on the liquidation heat map here. So this is actually on the 6 month. Maybe I think that updated just then. We'll do a quick additional update up to the second. Wish I hadn't done that now. Oh, there we go. So yeah, let's see, we're currently out down there. There's clear liquidity that's between where we are now up to about 80k. Whether it kind of gets from there up to here, oh yeah, okay, 85k there. So the liquidation heat map does sort of bear that out a bit. That's a possibility. I'd be a bit surprised if it kind of stretched up any further beyond there, up to the 90s, just in this particular relief rally. But hey, just if it happens, awesome. So that's something to keep in mind. If I go from there to this old thing, do you want to have a look at that first? Or maybe I'll come back to that. Let's have a quick look here at, why the hell is it? Just give me a second. Candles. There we go. So obviously this pattern that we've been tracking somewhat for a wee while is this kind of just the sort of big steps down from the from this bull cycle high, which we saw, and finally it looks like that pattern's been invalidated. So that's pretty good. So it was going to be a case of when, because I think if it had just carried on ranging along here, then we would have just kind of seen a unenergetic kind of flop down to this sort of level, down to like basically 50k. We don't really want that to happen too quickly. You want there to be a little bit of life yet in the market overall. You can see there that in fact, so last week the price closed well above that 8% top of the range, the accumulation range, and in fact has then continued to sort of head on upwards, which is nice. So the top of the accumulation range there is 71. So I think if, so I'm just trying to get rid of that bloody label. So yeah, if the price does just kind of drop back down, if this turns out to be a bit of a lame fake out to the upside, and this week now, if the price just kind of drops down back within this range, then I think it's back on. So although that time around that didn't happen, we never saw a weekly close above that 8% range. So that's just something to keep in mind, I suppose. There's that thing. So yeah, is the pattern invalidated? Technically, yes, as the week closed above the 8% level, but just hold your horses. So there's every chance that the price will return to that range, as I said. So we shouldn't count it out just yet. But whether that happens this week or if the rally continues maybe into April, which would be nice, and then returns to it, in which case I guess we'd kind of see wherever it goes, some indeterminate level up here somewhere. That's into April there, and then back, I'll just backwards and back down somewhere, and then does what it does within that range till blob. So that's still possible. It's just that it kind of breaks out of this range, shows a bit of positivity first before returning to that. So I guess we'll see. So that's kind of like I'm clinging on to the bearish narrative on that one. But look at it in terms of just what's the bullish case here for this rally to the upside? So because essentially the issue, I suppose, if we switch to how should I do this? Maybe I'll just go on to that. Yeah, actually, let's switch to the daily just for a second. On here, so I've kind of drawn in this kind of megaphone pattern, but not really. It's not a very convincing one. But still, it just kind of so the megaphone pattern generally suggests kind of increasing volatility. So in other words, it's kind of a tug of war between the bears and the bulls, where like neither side is really winning out. So the market is just losing its structure overall. But that isn't really quite what we're seeing here. So it's megaphoning a bit. When that happens, there's not really a clear signal of whether the next move is going to be strongly to the upside or strongly to the downside. It's just going to continue within that broadening range. So there's that. But if I switch on, activate the rising wedge pattern and show that the rising wedge indicator. So nice little thing in TradingView, just does the homework for you and kind of draws in things like rising wedges and whatnots. So you can kind of see with this still on the daily that we had that that sort of impulsive move down, then the price kind of ranged but went up. So bit of a kind of downward continuation thing going on there. We had the impulsive move down, then the retrace again, potentially just another move down. It's just like how far along it goes. Because on this one here, the if you remember on the weekly, it was showing, let's jump out to that for a second, it was showing like that range was like kind of like candle body to candle body, not including the wick. So it's like an 8% rise and then blop, and then an 8%, more than an 8% rise for this one now. But looking at that within this, if we go literally from the low to the high of those, that was a clawback, traceback, whatever, of just over 20%. This one doing that so far has been a bit more than 20%, 23, 24. So if that were to get to 85, which we're looking at, then where's 85? Key on 85. Well, actually, you know what? 85 is kind of that support level there, isn't it? Looking at it. So if we did that, then excuse me, then yeah. So that seems quite feasible. Looking at that. So if it kind of broke out of this, my kind of semi-fictional megaphone thing, and then actually there's a bit of liquidity there, so that could be its bit of struggle to get through there, and then up to there. If that's the bounce, and then kind of brings us back down to, was it 71? I drew that too far, but anyway. so putting that, just look at that on the weekly for a second, it would sort of look like that in terms of that pattern. So, and then it should have drawn on this one really. So you could kind of see how it would get from there up to 85k, and then drop back down. I keep returning to the bearish case. I can't help it. So
right.
such a Debbie Downer, honestly. So,
I think it's going to happen, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's clearly just on its way down. It's just like how much of a rally do we get here? I mean, mid 80s would be lovely if we can get up to there, and it does seem sort of quite potentially possible. So I think the rising wedge then probably strong indication of a continuation to the downside. Where did that go to the daily back there? If that does kind of work out that way, then it just, so obviously it doesn't mean that that's going to happen straight away, you know, that plunge. So hopefully this rally that we're seeing now, you know, will just kind of take us up some amount further. It'll have to be a stronger rally than that one was. I mean, I looked at the percent on that, but just come to think of it, so that the actual price move was $17,000, which is 20% at the time. This one, 17. Oh, actually, it's not that much more. $17,000 would take us up to about 77. And in fact, also is, well, if it goes at slightly more, is that kind of liquidity range just there that I drew in, so that we could well see resistance at that point. So to break above and to get us up into the 80s, it's got to get past that. It has to get us further than both the percent gain and the overall dollar gain of that previous kind of retracement to the upside. So what else? So I think just jump onto the weekly for a second on here. I'll just delete those. Maybe delete my pessimistic megaphone. It wasn't really working. So maybe switch these off as well. So what have we actually got here again on the weekly? So I know what we're missing. I was thinking, what's missing from the chart? Not the RSI necessarily. Quadzilla. So yeah, on here then. So interesting that horizontal line that I drew in before, because that was the 85k level, isn't it? That basically ties in with, you can kind of see that there's a retracement level that Quadzilla drew in before, exactly on that level. And I think also just given how well these retracement levels have played out on here so far on the weekly, we should give serious credence to this bearish retracement just here, which is at 86.5, I think. Yeah, 86.5. So if we're well, I don't even need to draw it in really. It's just so this is looking quite good, because we've also got this green bar, I suppose they're calling them, aren't they? The bullish sign, so the sign that the momentum has flipped around, and we're potentially seeing, if that continues, a nice move to the upside there. Quite critically, the price has come up and touched that very rapidly downward moving 9 EMA on here, the cyan line, and it hasn't rejected violently from it, or rejected at all really. It doesn't have to be violent, you know. We want violence in our charts. So make it dramatic. But yeah, it's just kind of come up and touched it. It's hanging on. It's hanging on to the 9 EMA. It could well just kind of you know, a break above it would be nice, and from there, kind of whatever. So I think we're actually where's it at the moment? 73. I can't remember where we were saying the potential resistance was now. That's on the daily, isn't it? Oh, it was this here, wasn't it? So, which is at 77.5-ish. God damn it, my lines. Try and let's draw it in as that, probably a bit better. There. So, yeah. In other words, there's a bunch of liquidity there, which I think very much will be resistance when we come up and hit that. Really, from there, it's I've drawn a line, but it's kind of drawing a better thing than it. It's all of that, really. So that's a range that we need to break above. So given that, we could well be kind of seeing rejection up maybe through it a bit, and eventually that. I don't think it'll take that long, because that's like all the way into halfway through May, because I think this rally is going to probably just be more short-lived than that, I suspect. But that's pure bias reading into that. That's not really what the chart is saying. It's just like that. I think that's what everyone is expecting. Therefore, you know. So yeah, kind of with that one in mind. Anyway, we could eventually see that and then come up to hit this level. I suspect if that happens, we hit that, it'll be during April. But also, oh yeah, because I was looking at this on the weekly. I think also kind of to get there, we could kind of potentially see a double bottom. Maybe that's the first cheek, as you like to describe them. So the first arse cheek is there. The second one would be kind of like that, slightly higher, wouldn't it? And then up. So we could see something like that forming on the weekly. How that looks on the 2-day, perhaps, is dubious. It'd be a wide spread, as I say in trading terms. Sorry. So yeah, so we got that to contemplate, I suppose. There's one other thing I wanted to cover on that, I think, which was if we need to sort of yawn. If we look at this on the CME chart, which we don't often we normally just go to this to kind of check for gaps, don't we? Like that. There's a gap.
Which I totally forgot to do actually today, didn't I?
Oh yeah. Okay.
There was a little one.
Was there? Is it closed now, or is it kind of still?
No, it's still there.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes, I put that onto the daily. Oh, that one just there. Is it? Is that at around about 71-ish?
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So whether that closes immediately, because that also comes back over to here. You can kind of see it's going across it. Let's do it like that. There's a bit of a thing going on there, isn't there? So it might well just come down and bounce off that. And we hope something like that, if it's going to close short term at all. But what I wanted to show on this was that, I guess if we go to the weekly for this, I'm just going to switch off the old Quadzillas for now. Just do that. And yeah, so essentially, this again, like where we've had this kind of impulsive move down, it's kind of like an impulsive wave to the downside, isn't it? Boop, 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 bloop, we'd expect. It's not the first time we've seen that from a market cycle high. So and particularly kind of formed that I guess it dropped so quickly that it kind of formed that CME gap just there. So on the previous market cycle high, which is kind of there, I wonder if I show that on the daily or the weekly. I'm not sure really. Maybe the weekly would have been better. But now that I've done it, I'll show it on the daily. So it was here. So essentially, this. So that was a previous market cycle high, kind of. Was it? No, it wasn't. It was this one. Sorry. There. What's it? It's the old 69,420, and it did this sort of on the way down, but very similar to what we're seeing this time around. It kind of had this like impulsive move to the downside. Sorry, impulsive move to the impulsive move to the down. Sorry, my hand slipped. What's going on there? I think it's because I was talking at the same time. I really can't multitask.
You can't talk and move your hand at the same time.
No, I really can't. Yeah, that's why I can't have passengers in the car when I'm driving. It's just no. I'm just going to drive there. I'll see you there. You get the bus. So yeah, essentially, so that headed down, and then we had the kind of ranging retrace recovery type thing. Yeah, so like down, recover, down a bit more. I should have stayed on the weekly. It was more kind of convincing on that, but then it kind of did that. Yeah, sorry, not very professional when presenting this at the moment, but yeah, it's much clearer on this. I think that you can kind of see that we down, recover, down, little mini recover, and then down. So the point with that really is that we followed the same pattern just over here. So we had like down, recover, down, big recover so far, in comparison, and then probable down again. Just same pattern. And this one similarly opened up a CME gap, which didn't get closed for like maybe a year and a half, it looks like. So yeah, I just think it's kind of interesting. So the values that we're seeing, the numbers we're seeing are not the same, but the pattern overall kind of is. So yeah, just looking at that, it's very much just like don't know what it signifies really. It's just really interesting that if we see a similar sort of thing here, whatever the price does from there, if that thing we were talking about where it comes up and closes this gap happens, and the price does come up to 85k, in fact that's going to close that gap, isn't it? That's there's been just very, very kind of in your face there for this whole move down, well, since the gap was created. So think about it now, that actually seems likely. So maybe this won't quite play out in the same way as in the last cycle, but if it does, then we might well see a bit, goes up to wherever, and and then zigzags its way down after that into the doldrums. So however, one way to look at it is that this time around, that last time around, it failed to close that gap on the way down because the strength, the market strength, just wasn't there. Yeah. So this time round, these recoveries have been stronger overall. So if that gap does get closed, that's such a positive sign, because it means that this time, when history repeated itself, blah blah blah, it did come up enough to close it. So therefore, there's strength in the market yet. In this time around, we might see a stronger bear market, I suppose. it still just kind of is a bear market. I mean, just look at it, look at it. but it, you know, it's yeah, it might be just a bit more short lived. It could be a like, rather than kind of heading to September, October for the bear market low, it might happen sooner, and then, you know, we're just maybe, it might happen sooner and be a bit shallower, so like not drop to, you know, the 30s or whatever, as the cycle metrics would suggest otherwise. So yeah, just want to keep in mind that was kind of that. Should we have a look at any of the charts? Because if not, there's potentially, I could maybe chat about the housing market a bit.
I'd be up for that.
Okay, you got any comments or stuff?
Not particularly. I was just going to say that the 1 minute on Bitcoin has been quite interesting over the past sort of like few hours, actually. Do you want to have a quick look at that?
Yeah, is that Bitcoin over the last few hours?
Yeah, just on the 1 minute.
Okay. Sure. Let's just bring all of the things back.
Just because the
oh, in the 1 minute. Okay. Let's do that.
Okay, does that look like mine?
And it looks interesting in any case, whether it's similar. So,
yeah,
it's on the index. Yeah.
So it's slightly different to mine, but yeah, no, I just think it's been good. It's been sort of like, you know, going up a little bit, coming down, and sort of like, you know, going towards the bullish retracements.
Yeah.
But which chart's that? Is that I'm trying to think?
It's on the index on the 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
USD rather than T or whatever. So,
okay.
What were you looking at?
I was looking at the ByBit BTC USDT perpetual one.
Economy, Bitcoin. How is that on the economy there? Crypto.
So it's the ByBit.
Yeah.
So it's the BTC USDT.P one.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just you know, I think it's been coming back to these bullish retracements like so beautifully, isn't it?
Actually, yeah, looking at that, wow.
And then,
you know, you could almost trade off that.
Well, I kind of have been doing actually, but it was a bit awkward today because I was out a bit. But
yeah,
but I did do a few little scalpy ones as it was sort of doing that step upwards thing, and then what I did do just a few minutes ago is when it went up to that bearish retracement there at 12:30, is I closed along there. I mean, it's easy. You know.
Yeah, it's it is easy money, as I say.
Yeah,
just because it's kind of, yeah, exactly, kind of what I was saying before, that it Quadzilla kind of tells you the levels, the entry and exit levels essentially, to watch for, and it's so consistent with them. Like, I'll just bring up the stats for a second. Just, I suppose we haven't looked at the stats for a little while on here. Stats module show the retracements there, and yeah. So step one. So on this 1 minute chart, it's drawn 423 bearish retracement levels, like these ones, and of those, within the number of candles that are kind of allotted to, you know, to that particular plot, that retracement level plot. So like, as long as that's still plotting, it's completed successfully like 95% of them, the bearish ones, so each retracement level has like a step 1, a step 2, and a step 3. So for the, just quickly explain that, for the bearish ones, it's so is a down and up and a down. So the initial the step 1 bit is the down to the maximum of the minimum of the down, and then the step 2 is when it comes back up and really kind of breaks above. So the step 2 completes once it's broken up back above that. Once it's retraced basically to the level that it started plotting in all the way back here, and then the step 3 is kind of the down, and then however far down it goes. So that's why it's considered to be a bearish pattern, because you get the initial down, you get the recovery, and then the down, depending on the market conditions, it often is a big down. So just in this case, the market's kind of recovered a bit because there is that overall just kind of bullish there's spring in the air, isn't it? I think so. There's that kind of just overall positive feel to the market at the moment. So there's that. Still making its way up, isn't it? So in this case, for the bearish level, that completed its step 2 there. The way it's plotted, the step 3 completed very, very quickly. I think it's just like in the very next candle. So it's a sharp move, like up, then down, like immediately. So you quite often see that. So the step 3s on here, those completed like 97% of the time after the step 2 had completed. So, and then similarly for the bullish retracement levels, it's kind of the inverse of that. So you get the up. Where did that go to actually? Sorry. In fact, the top of it was there, isn't it? So it's kind of a bit up, and then down, and then up, like that. So that bullish, because you get the initial up, then you get the retrace back to the line or slightly below, usually in the same candle wick, and then the continuation, like up. In that case, that was a lovely price move to the upside. So you can kind of put these together. So like with this one, we might be thinking, well, okay, how much of a price move down is that going to go? Well, we might expect it to come back to this. I think it will. It might kind of complete that one first. There's a definite kind of tug of war going on between the bears and the bulls there, between that level and that level. I could probably draw in. Is it on here or is it on that one? Sorry. Find the thing. Oh no, it was right. Sorry, is on this one. Where's it gone? Sorry. Momentary sort of senior moment going on, I guess. Yeah, parallel channel. So, and also let's just zoom in a bit. Because it's going to see on this one and that one, between there and there. We kind of draw that in and then ploink that onto there. The 50% level between those two retracement levels runs through there. It's kind of like a fair value zone, really, just slightly above and below it. So as long as the price is kind of below there in that 50%, then you're really expecting a move to the upside. If the price doesn't come down and just kind of hit this retracement level, or like not immediately, then that's a really bullish sign, because it means that even though there's a price magnet down here, that there's liquidity there just waiting to be, or it's kind of pulling, come this way. But no, the price just wants to go up. So, and in fact, it's broken above into that upper range, the upper 50%. And so it'll either kind of exactly touch that level, which it usually does, or, I mean, to us, that level's already played out. So I just kind of drew in the extra bit. But it like almost touch it, or just come down, and then it might just want to kind of form a little bit of a equally balanced kind of range that's there, or it might oscillate above and below that 50% line. So Quadzilla does also draw in these parallel channels automatically, sort of retracement channels, really. because they're not tied to a specific sort of like pivot points or anything like that you'd normally see them drawn. They're tied specifically to the calculations is already done for the retracement levels. So it's like the 50% levels between those. Let's switch on just for a second. It is there. Oh, also I'll switch off the stats now. Done that. So you can kind of see with that the way it draws them in that it actually gives you quite a lot of detail. So you have to keep that in mind. So that's why we tend not to have these switched on all the time, because it just you kind of want to look and see what these are telling you about the state of the market, really, and then just kind of probably switch it back off again once you got those levels in mind. So like this one here though, so that between that retracement level there and that one, the price ranged very much in that lower 50% below the fair value line, and came back down a touch, smashed it through it. If we think of that as continuing, then it kind of moved up. In fact, with this one, then we had a new channel starting to draw with the level further up now, because obviously the price has moved up. So similarly, this time around, it didn't reject. It didn't like fail to get up there, although it got up there, but then just didn't really hang around. It wasn't up there for very long. So the fact that it came back down below that 50% line would strongly suggest from there that we're going to see either a drop or just some ranging in there before another attempt. There it tried again, just wicked out or faked out really to get above that level, came back down, touched that line eventually, and then up it went. It just kind of needed to do that bit of a reset on the retracement level just there before heading back up. And now it's doing a similar thing. I just kind of drew that one in. I guess let's delete that. So in this case, because that retracement level ended there, it hasn't drawn a new one in. Otherwise, but you start to recognize these channels, and exactly the same thing is going on really between that level and that level. Yeah. Oh, in fact, in the time that I was blabbering on, it kind of broke above that level, didn't it? Put that in as a slightly inaccurately drawn line. So, and yeah, back down. It might use that as support for a little while. If it can stay above that level, it might kind of bounce off it. If it doesn't, it'll just come back down, I think, and probably retrace back down to that level. So if you're scalping, you might be kind of watching that with some interest at the moment. See which way that goes. You can always use the other parts of the Quadzilla as well, like down here, to see what the momentum, how that's playing out as well. Yeah.
I mean, it is heading up again for that April low from last year, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks that way. The April low from last year.
Yeah, like I think it was around about April the 7th, I think.
Okay. April.
Was it last year?
Yeah. There's a low there. Exactly that. Yeah, April the 7th. It blocked out. I see what you mean. Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Because that was quite a significant dump back then.
Yeah. I guess we do it from the wick. It's very much that, isn't it? And that was at about 74.8. Maybe could call it 75, I suppose.
Yeah.
Interestingly, above that, there's also that, because I left the parallel, the retracement channels on, so that one's kind of they're drawn between that level and that level. So definite price magnets in action, trying to pull the price in either direction. And the 50%, the fair value level there, 76.8, is not far off that. So that suggests that, yeah, there's going to be, we're currently seeing resistance at that level, and really that fair value level as well that is picked out. Because that level is kind of, it marks out the candle bodies, the close and the open, going back to there as well, which is kind of interesting how it all ties together with these things. So again, if you're not using Quadzilla for these things, you're seriously missing out. It gives you a lot of additional insight into the charts and the state of the market and so on. So yeah, so I think if it gets above there, it's going to maybe react a bit with there as well. Hopefully we'll see that smash on up through, because then it'll be up into this more sort of premium level, and it really does need to stay above there. This on the 2-day at the moment still needs to stay above there to just kind of show that sign of strength, you know, that it's going to be able to get up through there. But it really is, it's reacting with those levels at the moment for sure. There's yeah, probably just a lot of buying and selling, aggressive buying and selling going on right there at the moment. So the bulls are trying to just eat their way through all of the sort of the sell orders that are there. So might be kind of done-ish. There's a few interesting comments. Oh no, maff, you squished our big banana dreams. No, it's more like a banana split. I think it is like it's becoming more and more like a banana split. So
yeah, lost the horn.
So KB saying 80k aligns with those clean highs on the 4 hour in the previous month's high. So a quick look.
I'm not sure we're going to have time to do your housing thing today, actually. So,
no, I don't think we are. We can save that one. It'd be a special thing to look forward to, I guess, for probably Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Switch this off. So yeah, okay. And also just to mention, we've got another. Well, we've got a live stream tomorrow on the Mafftopia channel, which is going to be. Oh, actually, just bring that up. I think we're virtually done, aren't we?
Yeah.
On these.
Very much.
Yeah. So quickly mention that. Where is it? Oh, there. So yeah. So you can get all the links on mafftopia.com, and in particular the well, YouTube and X really. So we do a twice weekly at the moment live stream at it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. UK time, like UTC, and it's essentially just some kind of fun aspects of the latest science and technology news and breakthroughs and product releases, and a bit of sci-fi mixed into it just because I like sci-fi. So like last week we did a thing about Philip K. Dick, because there's a film festival about sort of new films that were kind of inspired by his common themes and stuff, and that was going on in New York last week. So we covered that, and this week I'm not quite sure. It's probably going to be a bunch of AI stuff, probably maybe a bunch of crypto stuff as well, because that is, you know, it seems to be kind of I hear crypto is popular, you know, so
it's not as popular as it used to be. It's like
no, it's been a bit eclipsed by AI, obviously, but it's
oil
and oil, yeah, true, and just global geopolitical events and so on. So yeah, a bunch of that really. So got that to look forward to. So do check that out, and watch out for that tomorrow at 4:30. Bit of that. Get Quadzilla. You know you want to. this might be the time. The offer's still on, isn't it? I think for the you can get Quadzilla for a month for free to try it out. There's a way to do it.
There is. The way to do that is to sign up to Bitunix. Oh no, it's actually, it's to sign up to Bitunix, which is actually that QR code in the corner, and or you can go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix, or there's a link in the description down below. Go there, put $1,000 worth of something in it, and then it doesn't matter if you want to go into a trade straight away and then you go underwater a bit and it's $900 temporarily. As long as you've got a reasonable amount in there, just DM me your UID, your unique ID, in Discord, which you can get to by going to savewithcrypto.org/Discord. Do that, and if you've got $1,000 in there, then we'll give you. It was going to be we'll give you Quadzilla until the end of this Bitunix campaign, which is the 27th of March, but that's a little bit near now. So I think what we'll do, we'll give you a month for free. You can try it out and see what you think. All right. And
it's a limited time offer as well, isn't it?
We'll do that until the end of the Bitunix campaign, so until the 27th. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? So give it a go.
That's pretty amazing. Or just pay the 80 quid. And
that's what we prefer you did, of course. But
but in either case, we just want people using Quadzilla, because you'll be shocked just how it impacts your trading for the better, honestly. I mean, so £80 a month, that's for the monthly plan, and it'll pay for itself just very, very quickly on that, like possibly within the first trade, I would think, just because it just gives you such good like trade entries and exit levels and so on, plus all the other stuff that's in there. So actually, on the early, it works out to £60 a month if you chose to do it that way. But yeah, just try it out for a month, whichever way you go about that. So I think there was a comment from Aussie just very quickly say, so isn't the previous cycle's all-time high usually the next cycle bottom? So we're pretty close to the bottom then. Does that always happen? I should check that. Maybe we'll check that in the next live stream. I wish I'd seen that a bit earlier, but we'll certainly have a look at that. And you may be right. It'd be awesome if that is the case. So
previous cycle's all-time high is the current cycle's bottom. Is that right? Is that what you said?
But yeah, so because the previous one was like, I guess 69,420.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's going to go lower than that. It's got that feeling, but I'd be very, very happy if that is the low. So yeah, I guess we'll see. KB, some of those patterns, yeah. I think probably the rising wedge, maybe in the double bottom and so on. I guess don't want to get those too close together, but yeah. So probably on that slightly carry on note. We done? I think.
Yeah. Should we go? Yeah. Okay. That's brilliant. All right. Thank you as ever for coming along and sharing your wisdom. That's
enjoyed it.
Very awesome. And thank you for everyone who's come along today, and particularly those who've commented. That's always brilliant. Can you do us a favor? Can you like the live stream? That's really important that you do. Not really getting many views on YouTube for some reason. It seems to be working okay on X, but
yeah.
YouTube seems a bit rubbish at the moment. I'm not sure why, but I
mean, if you maybe it's because everyone's just watching on X instead. It actually could be the thing. But yeah, I would say if you're watching on X, please do retweet ideally. I don't know if the option is there to like a live stream, but do retweet it if it allows that, and do follow as well. That'd be highly appreciated. Just get lots of stuff like this, really, and other stuff too. That doesn't sound very compelling, does it? But you get the idea.
Yeah. Anyway, I think they're all rushing for the door now. So Kaz said bye. See you then, and KB saying thanks. Awesome. All right. Okay. I'll not be here tomorrow, so but we'll be on the Maftopia show at 4:30 UTC tomorrow afternoon. So hopefully see you all over there. All right.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.